Very good evening, dear students, and thank you very much for joining with us today. On behalf of JMC, I warmly welcome you to our session, Decoding CA New Syllabus. With the introduction of the CA New Curriculum with effective from 2025 to 2030, many students have several questions. So repeatedly in our lectures and all, we are getting messages from the students asking several clarifications regarding the new curriculum. So rather giving answers from our end, we thought of bringing CE officials here because they are the people who officiate the announcements, and also we thought of bringing up two distinguished CE officials to our panel discussion. Today with me, I have Miss Madhusya Puarachi, Deputy Director Student Affairs, and Mr. Suresh Ranasinghe, Director Examinations. So they both will time to time clarify your doubts based on their level of understanding and based on the existing curriculum. Right. So, good evening.
Good evening.
So our first step would be asking from you about a general understanding of the new syllabus. So most of the students ask what has been changed. So can you briefly explain the overview of the new curriculum and what are the key changes from the old syllabus to new syllabus?
Yeah, Chandima, it's like this. So this curriculum we are changing after 5 years. So we focused on envisioning the skills and the technical requirements required for a 2030s chartered accountant. So that is the aim which we are trying to achieve through this particular curriculum. And we have developed this curriculum based on three main pillars: trust, strategic, and storytelling. So the trust part will be through the technical skills as well as the ethical aspects, and the strategic through the forecasting, decision making, and that aspect, and also the storytelling part through our skill related modules. So the major changes from the previous syllabus, that means the 2020 syllabus to 2025 syllabus, is the number of subjects have been reduced to 15. Earlier, with the skill subjects and case study, everything, total there were like 24 modules to be completed by the students. Now it's only 15 subjects. So there we have each level, we have 4 core subjects plus capstone. So likewise, there are 3 levels: business level, corporate level, and the strategic level. In the strategic level, we have introduced elective subjects for the one particular pillar. So then student have a choice to select that one of subject from the elective subjects we have offered. So the main curriculum is based on 4 pillars like financial accounting and reporting, management accounting and finance, risk control and assurance, as well as the business environment, taxation and law. Apart from that, the capstone will be built up for each level. So with that, students' knowledge progression will be happening.
Okay, so I will move on to the capstone later, but before going for that, many students have a doubt. What is this elective subject introduced in strategic level?
Yeah, Chandima, so as I mentioned, we have 4 pillars, 4 core pillars. So one of it is the risk control and assurance pillar. So in the current syllabus, we have introduced this pillar. Earlier also we have the audit and assurance pillar, but this time we have given a more focus on the risk management aspect as well. So we are giving more option for our students to select more pathways by choosing the professional practice or the mercantile sector jobs through specializing their knowledge in one particular area. That's the reason why we are giving the elective subjects. So it going under the risk control and assurance pillar. The subject names will be go as SL 3.1, SL 3.2. The 3.1 subject content is focused on those who want to specialize in the professional practicing sector. That means the audit firm, those who wish to pursue a career in audit firm, they can do that 3.1 professional practice management subjects. Basically, that is a requirement for them to later obtain the certificate to practice as well. And those who are interested in the mercantile sector job or any field, so they can move with the 3.2 risk management subject.
Right. So, dear students, now I think it's very clear. If you wish to practice as a chartered accountant, that means a practicing chartered accountant by obtaining the certificate to practice, you will have to do the advanced audit and assurance subject. Or if you wish to pursue a career in the corporate arena, then you will have to do the risk management subject. So that's how the elective going on. So now think what will be your preference. Based on that, decide what the subject you are going to select. So we have cleared that doubt. I believe it's clear. So my next question. So if I ask a question like this, now when we are introducing a new syllabus, we are trying to add something new. So what are the new features that we have introduced in this syllabus?
Yeah, so we have 3 key new features in this particular syllabus. So first one is we have identified the main requirements like that with the technological advancement and the change in environment, the special focus is required for the data, digital and the sustainability aspect. So those areas have been incorporated in throughout all the core and the capstone modules as a enabling skills. If you move on to the curriculum structure, shall we move to that? The curriculum structure, we have in our core curriculum, we have enabling skills. So which include the data, digital, and the sustainability and governance related data. So this is that is the first focus which we have given throughout the curriculum. So each core module will be included the technical content, theoretical aspect of the subject areas with incorporation of this digital aspect as well as the sustainability requirement and the governance aspects. So that is one key main initiative underneath this curriculum. After that, we have given a very thorough focus on the skill development part. Under that, we are bringing in the power and integrity skills. So power skill, more focus on the soft skill development. So which has 5 components: communication, leadership, problem solving, then people skills, 5 components in the power skills, and then the integrity skill part, which focus on the governance aspect, have the 3 components like ethical leadership, professional judgment, and the public interest. These are the skills which gives a competitive advantage for a future chartered accountant to pursue a demanding job and secure a good position in the market. So that's why these skill development aspects have been incorporated in this curriculum. The third key new initiative is the capstone projects. Everyone is interested on the capstone, and that's a new and the interesting. And we have a different type of aim for students to acquire the knowledge and develop their skills, especially develop the application expertise part on these theoretical subjects. So capstone is basically focused on the application part along with the skill development part.
Yes, so that means making the things more precise. A future ready chartered accountant, that means a chartered accountant who will be in 2030 should have this power and integrity and other skills. So this new curriculum is more focused on building up a chartered accountant, not just who had passed the exams, but who can work. So to get that competitive advantage, you as the new aspirants of CA Sri Lanka can utilize this opportunity to build up your career. Right. Now, I'm moving to another aspect. So if I ask like this, now in the existing curriculum, we know we have separate pillar for English, CS 1, 2, 3, 4, and then also we have IT 1, 2, and 3. So what will happen to that 2 separate examinations which were usually scheduled separately from the normal business corporate and strategic level examinations, and how the students need to prepare if those are there inside this new syllabus.
Yeah, actually, like I mentioned before, we have in our 2020 curriculum, we have separate pillar for the English and IT. So it's a kind of an individual, the separate learning pillar. But in the new curriculum, the specialties, we have integrated everything. So we are more focusing on achieving the integrated knowledge and skill part. So based on that, only this power and integrity as well as the enabling skill part comes in. So with that, all the IT related modules as well as the communication related modules, required skills will be incorporated on the each module rather than having a separate subject or the separate examination. And also we have reduced the burden for the students by sitting another exams of English or the IT, while we have given the option for them to do it in the on-demand as self-assessed course modules. So then when they are free to do those course, they can enroll to those course module and it will be available in the CA Sri Lanka LMS as well. LMS. So then they can log in, complete those course modules and the self-assessment part. So that's the only requirement which we are expect from the power skill, integrity skills as well as the enabling skill part.
Okay, so that means one of your burdens has been reduced now. You do not need to separate CS exams or IT examinations. It has been integrated as skills to the capstone itself. So you can do it on demand through the LMS. So while you have completed that, you can attempt to the capstone examination and the verbal pitching part. So we will discuss that in a separate segment. So I think there is more clarity, and now rather doing it in a separate examination, now you are going to integrate all these things into your life, and you will be gradually a well-crafted chartered accountant with those integrations, right? So my next is, what are the sorry, a minute. What are the similar modules or offerings in the new curriculum in respect of the skills development? So to develop the skills, what are the similar modules? I think it might be a repeated type of a question, but
yeah, similar module in the sense, so currently we are having the communication pillar and the IT skills. But in the new syllabus, this is much broader aspect we are looking at. So the communication part, along with the leadership, people skills, problem solving, and what you call this business acumen, those all the power skills part coming in, which is the requirement of the future for the future chartered accountants. Rather the communication, rather the IT skills separately, they need to have the overall package of skill in the communication and every aspect. So that has been incorporated. Basically, the CS courses, the current communication related pillar related content will be available in the communication module in the power skill unit, as well as the enabling skills which we are introducing the different IT suits to match with the data and the digitalization required knowledge, because all the study materials, the study text will include the theoretical part of the data and digital application. But these IT suits will give the practical exposure for the students to get how they are going to do it in a practical environment. For example, if we explaining how the data and data analytics involved in the accounting part, which has been explained in the study material in the technical aspect. But we are giving a separate module in the IT suite. Then the student can log and do the get the hands-on experience, and they will know how it works. So that is the expectation which we are having here for the IT related skill development part.
right. So that is really good to hear. Why usually when we say IT, if we just split it, or else if we just say it, if we just demonstrate in a classroom session or through a video, you will see it, but I'm not sure whether you will practice it. But now here you have the opportunity to get hands-on experience through the visual CA LMS. So it will make you a chartered accountant who actually know how to do, rather just getting to know what need to be done. Now you will learn how to do it and you will get the first-hand experience. So it's quite a big achievement as we are creating future-ready chartered accountants. So it's a good, and hats off to you for developing that kind of a good integrated new curriculum. So my next question, this is about practical training, because most of the students are asking, with the introduction of the new syllabus, will there be any changes to the practical training requirement? So what will be your view on that?
Definitely, Chandima, because we have developed this curriculum envisioning 2030's chartered accountants, so the future ready chartered accountants. So aligned with that, the professional experience will also going to revise. So very nearly you will be able to get the more news on the new professional experience requirement, which will be launching in this month. So the student will get all the communication relating to the experience. And being a professional accounting body, as you all aware, we need 3 years of professional experience to become an associate chartered accountant, because that's a unique requirement in all the professional qualification. So apart from the examination, the knowledge part, the professional experience component is essential part to be completed by the professional aspiring chartered accountants. So considering that and considering the future requirement and aligning with the existing new proposed 2025 curriculum content, we are going to introduce the new professional experience requirement as well. So the more details will be informed to the student in very near future.
Right. Okay. Now, yeah, as she mentioned, yeah.
I must add one point. There will be more flexibilities in the new professional experience. So the student will have a positive note on that.
Okay, so some good news is awaiting. So I know most of the students, especially the university students, university undergraduates, are looking forward for a good news relating to the practical training requirements in the CA examination. So yes, you will get to know. For the time being, let's hope for a good news. Right, now I'm moving to the most interesting and most questioned area, which is the capstone. So if now when I see the new syllabus, when I attend the new syllabus launch, the more highlight was given to this capstone, which was not there. Right, earlier in earlier syllabus there was no any capstone, but now we have brought in a concept called capstone, and it has been the most discussed point over the students. What is this? So can you tell me what is actually this capstone is?
Yeah, the capstone is very interesting. Capstone is not just an examination. That is number one. So it's all about application. In the new curriculum, we have 3 capstone. For the business capstone, BCAP, what we call it. Corporate level, it's CCAP, and the strategic level, SCAP. So all 3 capstones have each of their expectation. For the business, we are targeting to create the skills and the application expertise which required for a entry-level accountant. And for the CCAP, the expectation is to give the integrated thinking and the required knowledge and the skill development which requires to the middle level professional accountant. And for the SCAP, the expectation is to create the C-suite level, if not the partner level professional, and as a chartered accountant with the capacity of forward thinking, decision making, and all the leadership skill requirements. So that is the 3 expectation from the capstone which we are trying to achieve. So the each capstone, if I go to explaining further how student can take up this capstone exams and how to be a champion from this capstone. So the each capstone is having 3 parts, 3 main parts in the capstone. So the capstone first part will be on the skill development. So that is the base. Will be go with the power and skill, integrity skills, which we have discussed a while ago. So the power skills, integrity skills will give in the base of the capstone, and the application expertise will be given based on the final assessment paper. So the capstone have 3 main components. First one is the pre-scene. Then the second one is the verbal pitch. third one will be the unseen. The pre-seen will be a detail of a company which attached to one particular industry and which we are publishing in advance to the examination. So student has to go through the pre-seen and identify the key features of the details provided, analyze a little bit of the environment and gathering information. And based on that, they have to prepare their verbal pitch requirement, which will be a PowerPoint presentation they have to do. For the business and corporate level, the students are supposed to record that verbal pitch and upload to the LMS. And for the strategic level capstone, the capstone verbal pitch need to be delivered at the CA Sri Lanka in front of a senior finance professional panel. So the basic idea is to develop the communication, the application, the integrating thinking of the knowledge which they have gathered during that particular level. So then the final unseen will be coming on the examination day, which will happen every June and December. So the final examination day, they will get a unseen, which is an extension from the pre-seen. The same case will be extended to another few. We add the now few details there, and based on that, the final assessment paper will be comes in. So earlier we had the SL5 case study paper, somewhat similar to the final assessment. But here we have three components. In between, there's a verbal pitch coming in. And the focus point of the student is, we are not going to purely evaluate the technical knowledge. So in the capstone assessment, the final examination, as well as the verbal pitch, students are supposed to incorporate the skills which they have learned during the power skills, integrity skills, and the technical knowledge which they have gathered through these core modules. So all those aggregation need to be reflect when in their answers, because the mark will be allocated for those aspects as well. For the final assessment, if a particular question asks, so some portion of the marks will be allocated on application of the power skills. Another portion will be applicable for the application of the integrity skills for that particular scenario. So likewise, the power and integrity skills which they have done in the self-assessment phase through that LMS-based video series, the marks assessment will be happen at the capstone level. So the students need to have that brought forward knowledge which they have gathered through the skill development part when they are writing the final assessment, as well as when they are doing their verbal pitch recording or the presenting their verbal pitch at the panel. So that is the main requirement and the difference of the traditional case study and the capstone project, which we have introduced under the new curriculum.
Right. So that means now in each level, you will have to face for a capstone, business level B cap, corporate level C cap, and strategic level S cap. So what I understood from that is there will be a certain time frame to complete. I will ask that question also for the time being. There will be a certain time frame you have to complete. So inside that, there will be an unseen, which you need to get the information and get ready. Then there will be a verbal pitch, which should be based on the pre-seen, which is given. And that verbal pitch for the B cap and C cap will be a recorded video. The duration will be communicated in due course. So it will be a verbal pitch which need to be recorded and uploaded. Then the evaluations will be done. But for the SCAP, strategic capstone, same like earlier we had the VIVOS examination, that verbal, now it's verbal pitch. So that verbal pitch need to be done physically in front of a senior chartered accountants. So that's the verbal pitch. Then finally, you will be writing an examination, which is the final assessment, that will be based on the unseen question paper. So you can see in the screen now the composition of the capstone. So you need to get ready for three things: the pre-seen, verbal pitch, and the unseen. So the most important fact is now when you do the verbal pitch and even when you write the answer, you can't just write the technical facts. You will have to bring forward the knowledge that you gain on the skills, integrity skills, power skills, and I forgot the term?
Data, digital,
Data and
skills.
digital skills, right? So it will be a holistic or integrated set of skills you need to bring when you are attempting the capstone. So now the average time. So if some student asks, how long will it take to do all this stuff?
Yeah, actually this curriculum is developed targeting 3 years period, the total curriculum. So basically the average time, the period to complete the capstone exam will be 6 months. So that's why the exam cycle happens in that way. So even the students who are studying for the core modules, still they can enroll into the power and skill modules and complete those because it's on demand and the self-assessed one. They can complete the power skills and the integrated skills while they are studying for the core modules together with the enabling data suite, the digital skill suite. They can complete that part. However, before submitting the verbal pitch, they need to complete the power and integrity modules. Uh, before submitting the verbal pitch of that particular examination because it will be targeting the examination session. For the June exam, the verbal pitch will be happening 2 months prior to that. So they have to complete the power and integrity skills before that. Then only they can evaluate the case study and apply all these power and integrity skills into the pre-scene analysis and included that in their verbal pitch. So then there will be a 2 months period to submit this verbal pitch and prepare for the examination. While during that period, student has to study a particular curriculum content which relate to the capstone, which is more focused on having the integrated knowledge on the management and the tactical application as well as the managerial application based on the level of the capstone. So those are the requirements which we expect to cover. So we believe that student can, if a student continuously put in an effort to complete the exams, they can complete this within 6 months.
Right. So to complete a capstone, you need a 6-month period. That is because you need to first go through the skills and then you need to do the verbal pitch. So at the time of completing the verbal pitch, you need to have complete the skills. Then only you can go for the examination. So 6 months is enough. Right. So another question. Now we know the business level can be done in both Sinhala and English and as well as I guess in Tamil. So business level, but for corporate and strategic in English. So is it in line for the capstone also? Whether the BCAP can be done in that 3 languages?
No, capstone will be English medium exam. So little bit of writing, student has to develop that skill as this is a writing paper because the business level, Suresh, if you want to add.
For the business level exams, it will be like currently we are having MCQs, but in this current curriculum also we called it as a OTQ type of paper. So with the 2025-30 curriculum, it will be a OTQ, which means MCQs, drag and drops, and short answers. So all combination of those will be there in the paper. Right. It's not only focused for MCQs.
Okay. So I guess it's also now clear. You need to get practice for English.
Yeah, but the business capstone will be in English medium only. So which include the writing questions as well as short scenario based questions. So based on so you need to understand this for the business capstone, the expected level is which is matching to the entry level student. And the corporate level, the expected level of writing will be little bit advanced. And when it comes to the strategic capstone, the progressive will be you should be able to cater as a professional business writing language when it comes to the corporate strategic capstone exams. So that aspect the student need to develop. For the basics will be given in the power skill suite, and it always encourage all the students to have additional effort on developing all your English language as well as the other skills required to excel in your jobs.
Yeah, that's true because it will help the students not to struggle at corporate level after attempting an OTQ exam. Because some students have spoken to me saying now they have done 8 subjects in business level as OTQs,
Yes.
and now when they try to write answers, they are quite struggling. So now with this implementation, I believe that struggle will be removed. So it will be a benefit to the students as well. So these students grab the maximum out of it. So now you have the opportunity. You need to improve your writing. So because as a professional, you will at work there will be no MCQs, right? You won't be able to just answer, or else you will not be given 4 choices to select one. So you need to practice it. It will be created. You will be crafted from the scratch. So that's why this VCAP is a writing component which is in English. So grab that benefit also. Okay, so that is about the capstone. So if you have any questions, you can drop as a message. We will answer it at the end of the session, so we can make it more effective. Now I am moving to Mr. Suresh. So now from now onwards, I will be asking somewhat examination related questions, right? First one, capstone. Can a student attempt capstone along with the knowledge subjects? That means, let's say, strategic level. While doing the strategic level knowledge for subjects, can they parallelly attempt the capstone? That means the capstone final examination, not the verbal pitch, but the final examination.
No, you can't do the same knowledge pillar subjects and the capstone final exam in the same slot of exams. But I would say now, starting with 2026, now we have published the calendar, the exam calendar for 2026. If you look at that calendar, it shows for business level there are for the first attempters there are 4 exams, mainly 4 exams, and for the sub attempters or repeaters in the remaining months they can do the exam. In the similar manner, for corporate and strategic level, as currently as we are practicing, but from starting from 2027, there will be 3 exams. So there will be 3 exams for corporate and strategic level. At that point, yes, they can do, because it won't clash those main exams plus the capstone exams. So there will be a gap. So at that time, they can do both exams. So we are planning our level best to give results before having the capstone exam. So as Madhushi explained before, so they can do the benefit of doing or completing their power skills and verbal pitch when they are doing their core modules, when they are studying their core modules. So when we are having the 3 exams per year, yes, they can complete their core modules from those 3 exams. And we are having capstones every June and December. So then they can attempt that June or December exam.
Right. So
But
now
that's
it's clear. No?
sorry,
Yeah.
disturb. That is starting from 2027 onwards.
Okay. So you have 1 year. So in that 1 year, please bear. But from 2027, you will be getting a good news and you will be getting a good opportunity.
Yeah.
So I would say it's a good opportunity. Right. Okay. Now, another important question which has been asked: will there be a structural change in the question papers when compared with the old syllabus to new syllabus?
So it's like this. Business level, as I said earlier, it will not only be MCQs. You have OTQ questions, which means MCQs are there. Then drag and drops are there. Fill in the blanks are there. And also the other one is short answers, where you have to type the answer. It will be small 1-word answer, but still you have to type it. Then when it comes to corporate level, currently we are having the first question as the MCQ question. So, and the remaining parts, all the questions students have to, they have to attempt all the questions. But with this new curriculum, we have introduced two separate sections. First one, yes, it's a mandatory one. But when you go to the other section, there are 3 questions. You have to do only 2. So there's a option you can select. In the strategic level also, currently there are 3 questions. You have to do all 3 questions. But with the new curriculum, section A, you have to do that 50-mark question. Then again, section B, there will be 3 questions, out of which you have to select only 2. So students are having a benefit of selecting. I would say they are most ready or skilled, comfortable area.
Right. So there's also a benefit now. It seems that new syllabus is giving many benefits to you. So it's about you, how you are going to capitalize that opportunities, right? Okay. Now, when it comes to corporate and strategic level examinations, will there be a change in the mode? Or are we going kind of online examination for corporate and strategic level, or are we sticking it to the physical examination?
Right, that's a good question. So, starting from 2020 onwards, so we have this virtual and online platform for the students who are doing overseas, staying overseas. So we are giving them to do the exams using this virtual platform. We call it e-exam solution. So in the new curriculum also, the same practice we are continuing. So that facility will be there to all students who are in overseas to do their exams in due time. So they can, when they're filling the application, they can apply as a online or overseas students. So by using this e-exam system, they can do the exam. So it's there. But for the students who are doing Sri Lanka locally, they have to stick for the business level. Yes, it's a computer-based exam in our which conducts in our own facilities in our head office, CA Colombo 7, and all the branch network. And for corporate and strategic level, as what we are doing currently, we are having these exams also in physical mode, in a maybe mostly in schools. So that practice will be there.
Right. So I saw one question in the chat also asking what will happen for the online students. So that means overseas students actually. Yes. So he correctly explained, and you will be getting the same opportunity to face the exam online if you are overseas by confirming that they are actually living in overseas. Right. Okay. Now, quite a specific question from a student. If a student has completed business level under the old syllabus, right? Are there any subjects, that means he or she has completed all the knowledge subjects under the old syllabus, right? So are there any subjects that must be completed before attempting corporate level under the new syllabus? Old syllabus, business level was completed, right? Knowledge subjects, let's say knowledge subjects. So now when he or she is getting more forward to the corporate level and a new syllabus, are there any new subjects to be done?
So it's like this. From your question, there are 2 scenarios. One is students who have completed all the business level knowledge subjects as at today and completed CS1 and CS2 as well. So for them, there will be no exams. Directly go. They can go for corporate level. And the second option is, the second question with that is, students who have completed all the business level subjects, knowledge pillar subjects, all the 8 subjects, but not CS1 and CS2. So then they have to do the capstone exam first to complete the business level in the new curriculum, 2025-2030 curriculum, and then they can start the corporate level.
Right. So now it's very clear. Anything to add?
Yeah, in summarizing that what Suresh is saying, for any level, if they have completed only the knowledge module relating to the existing curriculum subject and pending with the skill pillar subjects, they need to go with the capstone.
Okay, so making it clear. Right. Now, that means simply if you have done the knowledge level, that means 8 subjects in the business level, then you will have to do the capstone before you are moving or advance into the corporate level. If not, if you have completed both CS 1, 2 and IT 1, then you can directly move on into the corporate level. Simply, if we get it more clear, CS 1, 2 and IT 1 will be now replaced by the capstone, business capstone. So that's how you need to think on the progression. Right. Final question, the tricky question for you. When will be the pilot papers, revision kits and study text be available? I think
Yeah. So the business level English study text at the moment available. Student can purchase the hard copies and the soft copy both for the business level English, and the corporate level also a few subjects available to purchase at the moment. And all other study material relevant to the corporate and strategic level, as well as the Sinhala and Tamil medium, will be available to purchase by all will be available within this month. The pilot papers are also the same.
Okay. So now.
So there won't be the revision kit because this is the first time which we are going to any past papers. There won't be any past papers still, but the pilot papers will give the direction on how we are going to assess how students need to be prepared for their examinations.
See, yes. So the same thing we experience on every 5 years time.
Yes.
When a new syllabus is launched. So don't worry, there will be more support from the CAs Sri Lanka itself to get ready for your examination. So don't worry on that.
And if I may add something to that, so with the new curriculum from CA side, from the examination point of view, what we are going to do is we are going to introduce the LMS platform to attempt mock exams for each and every level. So currently, that facility was there for overseas students. One is to get familiar with the system. That's the main focus. And yes, how to type and everything to be done. So going forward, for all the levels, we are introducing a new platform. So then they can do a mock sessions there. Whether it is online or physical, they can attempt that.
That's a good opportunity. So I'm taking one question from the chat because I thought of taking it here will be more relevant. Now, in existing syllabus also, there are certain open book examinations. Now, how it will happen in the new syllabus? What will be the open book? So can you give kind of a briefing on that?
There will be the open book exams. Anyway, the capstones will be open book exams. And for the corporate and strategic level, there are certain subjects we are allowing the open book. So with the exam applications and all the detail, what are the relevant open book materials which we are allowing for particular subjects, that is already available in the curriculum booklet itself. You can refer to the curriculum booklet. It's very clearly mentioned for which subject, which material will be the open book material, and what are the subjects which we are allowing for the open book mode.
Right. So that means in the syllabus also we are having open book examinations. Right. Good. Okay. So few more questions before moving to the questions which I am receiving at the moment. Now, when a new syllabus comes in, all the existing students have a problem. What will be the transitional arrangement? So can you quickly take us through the transitional arrangement from the old syllabus to new syllabus?
Yes. Transitional arrangement is how your prior learning will be recognized in the new curriculum, which is going to be effective. So that is the simple thing which we are explaining. So what you have done similar to the subjects content wise in the 2020 curriculum will be credited to the new curriculum. So there will be a direct transition from the technical subjects, except for the new subjects which we have introduced. So I will not going to explain in detail what will be the each and every subjects which we are going to transition, but the level-based transition very clearly we can set the student, any particular student who have completed the level in the existing syllabus, they will be fully recognized for the prior learning of that particular level, and they can move into the next level of the, like if the student has completed business level fully with the skill courses, they can start the new curriculum from the corporate level. Similarly, if the student has completed the corporate level with the skill subjects, they can move into the corporate in new syllabus strategic level. Likewise, and for the each and every subject, there will be a similar one-to-one transitional available. So you can refer to the transitional arrangement document which we have published in the website, as well as the curriculum booklet. So I request all the students to go through the curriculum booklet, because it gives what is our expectation is, and it gives the base of the requirements you need to prepare from yourself in the technical and every aspect. Additionally, we have given the what is the recognition level, what will be the add-on advantage by completing all this module, what is the transitional open book material, exam paper structure, everything is included in the curriculum booklet, so which is available to download in the CA website. So that is the trustworthy source. I recommend all of you to get the right information, and time to time from the institute also providing different communication based on the concessions and the related provisions available for the students for the benefit of the students. Sometimes if we feel that by giving this concession, the student will be more benefit rather sticking into the traditional, the original transitional, still we are considering. Earlier for the December exam also we have given certain concession. So please keep in touch with the CA Sri Lanka website and the social media pages and your learning partners. So then get the right information, and based on that prepare yourself for the exams. That is one kind of advice which we can give.
Okay, right. Then another most interesting question which we get is about the exemptions. So
Yeah.
under every syllabus, we have certain level of exemptions granted, and which CA qualification is, or the other qualifications are recognized when it comes to when they are moving from that other qualification to CA. So how it will be affected due to the implementation of new syllabus?
So it's like this. So the CA Sri Lanka is giving the exemption based on the content comparisons. So if that particular qualification adequately cover the required knowledge and giving the adequate level of skills and the knowledge requirements, so we are considering them for the exemption. For the new syllabus, new set of exemptions will be available. Still, it's not available. Rather, the few qualification we have publish the exemption policies, but for the majority it is yet to be published from the institute side, and all the exemptions policies will be revised along with the new curriculum from the existing exemption policy.
Right. Fine. So it's clear. So before the one last question before we move on to the live question session. So what will be the additional supporting initiatives that CA Sri Lanka will do to get the students ready for the very first examination and onwards?
Okay, so the first one will be to get your knowledge development. We are giving the study material, which is very comprehensive thing, so you can get the base knowledge, and also monthly, weekly, based on the requirements. We will be conducting programs for you to get more updates and the conversation with the new curriculum requirements on how you have to complete the power skills, how you are going to do your verbal speech, how you are going to prepare yourself for the capstone. Likewise, we are going to have a series of programs coming in, and also the guidance, the guidebooks will be available for each and every exams and the capstone project, and as well as the mock examination, revision discussions that will be continued like which we have done previously, and from the examination also, Lieutenant Suresh.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, from the examination, also we are having this, we are providing the platform to do practice exams, which we call as mock exams. So that is a new addition, because earlier it was only for the students who are doing overseas exams. So currently now, as I said earlier, also we are giving that opportunity to all the students to practice. So which will be a benefit for them. And
Right. So we got an understanding. Now I will take up some live questions. So one question is, now we are clear that if all the knowledge subjects are completed, if the CS and IT is pending, then we have to attempt the capstone before we move into the next level. Now one student is asking, if all the CS and IT is done, if one or two knowledge subjects are pending, do that person still need to complete capstone before level?
That's a requirement.
So students, now let's say you have completed the CS, that means the English and IT skills pillar. You are done with that. But if you have any knowledge subject, one or two subjects pending, it can be in business, corporate, or strategic. It's same for all. If it is pending one or two subjects, then definitely you will have to attempt the capstone, right? So without attempting the capstone, just because you have completed the IT and English skills, you can't move for the next level.
Yeah, I will add something to it. So student might think why they have to do it, right? I initially also I mentioned that in the new power and integrity skill part, there will be more additional suits coming to the. It's not only the English and IT. There will be some other skills aspect also coming in. So if you are remaining with one of the technical subjects in the, so that with that particular subjects, you need to take the capstone project also relating to that particular subject, because since you have not completed the level and not aggregate that integrated knowledge required for that particular level. That is the rationale we had behind that transitional arrangement.
Right. So yes. One question